Hey, this is Matt once again. What about another videos of the paid request, this time for Wes. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now this is for the 1988 film Tiger Cage. Now I believe there's 3 of these movies, but I had never seen or really heard of them before. Now, the cast of the film, you got Simon Yam, who is the bad guy in Jean-Claude Van Damme's Wake of Death. He's been in quite a few other films too. You have Jacky Cheung, who I remember him in 2 movies. He was in this film called Meltdown, also known as High Risk. It's pretty much Jet Li trying to do his version of Die Hard. But also, the director of that film had worked with Jacky Cheung and wasn't a fan of him, so he made up a character to parody him. It was a guy that was wearing the Game of Death Bruce Lee outfit, but he was a guy also that did his own stunts, but he was a fake and a liar and a cheat and a drunk. So again, trying to be a parody of Jackie Chan. I think the guy worked with Jackie on City Hunter or something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, that guy was played by Jacky Cheung. But he was also in Bull in the Head with the John Woo film. He's one of the 3 leads. And I really enjoy that film. That's definitely one of John Woo's more underrated pictures. You have Donnie Yen. Granted, it's a small role, so if you're going in this for Donnie Yen, you don't be disappointed because he gets 1 fight scene. And he's in it, sporadic throughout, but he's like the 6th, the 7th on the call sheet. I think he's the star of the 2nd film, but he's playing a different character. But this, he's not in it a whole lot. Again, he has like 1 pretty decent fight scene, but 1 fight scene. So I'm just, again, to repeat, if you're doing this for Donnie Yen, you don't be disappointed. And it's directed by Yuen Woo-ping, who I mainly knew from doing choreography on the Matrix films and other stuff. But he directed this, and it's not a lot of, it's no wire work stuff. It's, when people fight, it's done practical. There's some pretty good shootouts, which I didn't know Yuen Woo-ping would do, but it's actually pretty decent ones. And Jacky Cheung and Donnie Yen and a few others are these police officers in this drug unit. Also, Simon Yam, he's kind of the head inspector guy of it. Carol Chane as Shirley. She's the female cop of the group. I really liked her. I really liked Jacky Cheung. Donnie Yen did fine for the small bits he's in it. Everybody did fine, or did a good job. Now, like I said, they play this drug unit and they take down this drug bust, and it's a pretty nice way to start off the film. I mean, it's a violent movie. At times it's rather dark. I mean, it's not nihilistic. I mean, it's not like, one of those category 3 Hong Kong movies where people get forced into CX and all that stuff. No, that's not the case. I just meant there's blood squibs, people get shot in the head, stuff of that nature. There's some surprising moments which I'll get to when I get into spoilers. The score at times does a nice job reflecting on the darker mood for a cop picture. And overall, this was a nice surprise. This was a pretty damn good movie. Once in a while, there's a plot hole or plot thing here and there, then a bit, I wish Donnie Yen was in it more and was utilized more. But I guess other people felt the same way. Just, I did for understand he's the star in the sequel, Tiger Cage 2. But yeah, this drug bust happens, and it goes from the warehouse to bad guys climbing over these big neon signs to the streets, around these cars. Like I said, very stellar way to start off an action movie. And again, there's that Hong Kong style. Donnie Yen jumps through a window, firing a gun. People get shot in the head or blood squibs. I thought the female cop, Carol Chane, she was pretty badass. I thought she did a really good job. Really liked her character. Jacky Cheung, I would say he's the lead of the film, and I liked him. I liked him in Bull in the Head. Meltdown, which is what was called in the U.S., or High Risk. if you don't like the character, I think it was more the way it was written to be, again, this Jacky Cheung parody, because the director had a grudge. But I thought his acting was the problem, just the way he was written. I thought he did a good job here as the lead. I liked his energy. I liked his range of emotions. Like when someone he knows dies, he's very upset, and someone touches him, and who are you? As like a uniformed cop, hey, calm down, buddy, calm down. So I thought he brought a nice sense of energy to it, to the proceedings. Just sometimes in these movies you get a plank of wood. Not the case in this. So I really liked him. I liked Carol Chane. Like I said, Donnie Yen, he appears from time to time. I wish he was in the film more. His one fight scene is pretty good. It's against mainly Michael Woods, which I think they fought each other in Tighter Cage 2 as two different characters, and I think one or two other times. Michael Woods, the other martial artist, he didn't get to do a whole lot. He was only in a couple movies. Let's say Simon Yam, he's the head inspector guy. I like the way it begins. I like the fact that it goes for the warehouse to like these big giant neon signs that they're climbing over, and either cops being shot at or cops shooting bad guys and they fall off of them, and it was a different nice visual for this type of movie. I did great squibs. Some people don't even know what squibs are. Squibs are low explosives that you put in with a packet to simulate a gunshot. That's what we used to do back in the day. Now it's all digital and it looks fake and phony and just doesn't fit. Doesn't fit with the story. It just doesn't fit at all. So they're able to stop most of the bad guys except the leader, who he gets away, but they still were fairly successful, and they're celebrating. Carol Chane's characters getting ready to get married to, I believe it was another cop. And things of nature, things go wrong, and then some dirty cops are involved, and I'm trying to be vague before I get into spoilers. But I thought the story fit the film rather well. I thought when the action scenes happened, they were well done, well choreographed. There's a couple good fight scenes, then some pretty violent scenes, gunshots to the head. Some surprising moments I didn't see coming, although maybe I should have expected beforehand. But, like, oh shit, I didn't expect that. And overall, I thought this was a pretty damn good cop movie. Now, again, spoilers starting now. Carol Chane's husband-to-be gets gunned down with a shotgun. Of course, the cops want revenge. So they're trying to find this drug leader guy. And I like some of the moments before that, some of the humor, camaraderie, like when they're celebrating the cops. And at one point, Donnie Yen and Jacky Cheung are blindfolded, and they're supposed to blow this egg, but then they switch it for this powder. And then, so they accidentally blow powder in their faces because they got tricked. Or Carol Chane will do this thing with Jacky Cheung. Like, Donnie Yen's hiding behind her, so she'll look at Jacky and wink. So she ducks her head, and Jacky can hit Donnie Yen in the face. Which that does carry over later. So that was a nice sort of tease for the end of the film. And when I say dark, it's just that there are some things that happen that make the proceedings a bit more serious, a bit more of the stakes higher, so to speak. Which I didn't mind, and I thought, okay, gave the bad guys definitely a bit more prevalence and the good guys a bit more to fight for and fight against. And like I said, some of the humor I thought worked well. Like, they're interrogating these guys, but they make this one guy think that they're blowtorching his buddies, but they're not. They're just shooting it behind this curtain, and they're covering the bad guy's face, and they're screaming themselves, oh no, help, help. So the guy freaks out and cries and tells him what's going on. I thought that was pretty funny. And then Jacky Cheung finds that one of his cohorts is a dirty cop doing a deal. Now, when I said there's some issues with the plot, he got video footage of this. Why he doesn't immediately take that to the police station? Everybody come around, let me show you something. What is it? Just want to show you something. Take a look at that. Why he didn't do that right off the bat in 8.2 seconds, I don't know. I think just so that the plot could be longer. So there's moments like that. I went, what? Huh? That's a bit strange. So there's a few moments like that, but overall, I did enjoy. I enjoyed the story. So just to a point where Donnie Yen drops in on a drug deal, confronts the dirty cop, has a fight with some guys, in particular Michael Wood. Some really good choreography. Donnie Yen showing his speed and flexibility. A lot of fun. Confronts the dirty cop, and he gets shot in the back of the head. And you find out that the inspector, Simon Yam, he is also a dirty cop. He's also a bad guy. Shot the guy in the head, and Donnie Yen turns. Now, granted, if you have a bullet in the head, I don't think you turn your damn body. I mean, maybe for some they are. But I mean, it's like bullet and out his head. And he like takes all the time to turn. Again, I'm like, I don't know if you'd have the time to do that. I mean, you got a bullet through your brain. You kind of done like that, but he does turn. He gets shot again in the chest. So Donnie Yen does get killed off, which is why, for what I understand, he's in the sequel as a different character and as a star. So I have to wonder that maybe this film came out, people wanted more Donnie Yen, and they were mad that he died. So then, okay, do a sequel. He's a star. He's played a different character. He's in it more. So maybe that's how it happened. But I didn't see that coming. It was very violent. It was very brutal. I should have expected, because Simon Yam, I mean, I always think of it, the bad guy in Wake of Death. I just jerked off Van Damme, so of course he's the bad guy. I should have thought of it, but I didn't. But I thought that was pretty surprising. Also, Jacky Cheung's girlfriend just thrown against the wall and just dropped off a building onto a car. And Jacky Cheung gets framed for crimes and he's on the run. Until ultimately, I do think the ending, I like the ending. I think it could have been a bitter ending. I guess, like, take a note from Police Story with the mall. Like, I would just like a big, I just thought it would be a much bigger ending. But there's some nice, still moments of action. Jacky Cheung fights Michael Woods. And Michael Woods has set the room with gas, and they're both fighting each other, but choking on gas, so they have to, keep fighting over this air tank. I like that. I thought that was an interesting scene that you don't see every day, other than maybe a few Jackie Chan films where something similar like that happens. Jacky Cheung, almost said Jackie Chan. Jacky Cheung has some nice moves and choreography. There's a point where he jumps through a car windshield to kick a guy. It's always cool when that happens. I think Pat Morita did that, and what was that Jay Leno film, Collision Course? Although, I mean, it looks better in this. it looks better. Carol Chang, Shirley, she has some nice badass moments. There's this female bad guy, I don't know why I sound southern, bad lady that tries to kill her, and she gets this barbed wire and puts her around her and chokes her around, gets her off the fucking car. I thought the whole scene had some pretty good stunt work involved with it. I guess it would have been nice to see like a big dried out fight between Jacky Cheung and Simon Yam, or something to that effect. So I guess I was with either more explosive ending or more action-packed and choreography ending. But Jacky Cheung still has some decent fights, and as does they don't make the girl a damn soul. She has some good hits that she puts on Simon Yam's character. And I like the way it ended, where Simon Yam gets her, and she does the same wink, and she goes down, and he's able to shoot her. Not shoot her. That'd be a different movie. He's able to shoot him, Jacky Cheung is able to shoot Simon Yam. Although I don't know why they decided to use just a blood spray to the wall instead of a blood squib on his head. I think that would have been more appropriate to see a blood squib like go through his head, but instead they kind of just have blood spray on the wall. I thought for your main villain, that's the guy you want to see get it the most. And so the fact that, I don't know, I would prefer, because, I mean, Donnie Yen's death seemed more grisly than this, so I think, in turn, Simon Yam should have gotten a grisly, just as, or grislier death. So yeah, I wish there was a bit more action, explosive finale. I wish there was a bit more impact on Simon Yam's death. I said one or two little plot holes. I'm like, huh. So little nitpicks here and there, but overall, like I said, I liked some of the twists in the story. I thought the cast was very capable. When the action's there, is well choreographed and well done. The score fit the film. There wasn't too much of this goofy out of the blue humor to make it seem like the tone was inconsistent. I thought the tone they kept rather well. It went at a fast enough pace I was never bored. And like I said, I thought Jacky Cheung did a nice job as the lead. Would have been nice to see more of Donnie Yen, but he wasn't as huge of a star here as nowadays. His Jacky Cheung was pretty badass as the female cop Shirley. And overall, like I said, I like some of the ideas, like the fighting over the gas, the air tank, and all this other stuff. That was nice to see. So overall, thanks for watching. Take care. It's a pretty good cop film if you like Hong Kong action movies. And we'll see you guys later.